The faster you get to Prickly with Scott's EcoSense Weed Gun, the better off your lawn will be.
Two Whopper meals for $10. Glad you paid. Why am I paying? You're the oldest. Took me 4 minutes.
Get 2 100% beef Whopper sandwiches, 2 fries, and 2 drinks now for just $10. It's the 2 for $10 Whopper meal, only at Burger King.
Clock is ticking. It's do or die. And that's cool with me.
That does go well with the chicken.
I want to watch the hockey game.
And I want to watch the basketball game.
Which brings us to rule number 59. Best friends that stick together, split screen together.
With Sportsnet now, we can stream 2 games on the one screen at the same time.
Exactly. What? So, I'll be on the big screen and you'll be on the left.
We know what split screen means, do you?
Of course I do.
I thought we were friends. We were a sister.
injustice. They can't be trusted. You're convicted of a crime when you're sentenced to do the time. Letting murders go free is the joke. Bring back the room. Bring back the room. Bring back the room. All this fucking talk while the cycle gets the walk. The system's just a joke. Bring back the room. Bring back the room. Bring back the room. Murderers and rapists. Hey you, Batman and sadist. Hey you believe in justice. Hey you, they can't be trusted. Let's roll. The Thursday night throwdown. This is Sports Rage Premium Thursday night throwdown edition. We appreciate everybody who has subscribed, part of the VIP club, so to speak. We've got good news. We're going to be lowering the price as we forge forward. But we're off and running Thursday night. Now, I know we're off and running because my main man, Evilmaster, is kicking it in the chat already. You know, the rest of you are late. You're late at a party. So I assume right now Bruce Chad is complaining about something. Of course, here's on Twitter. Here's Bruce Chad. Can't get in. Even though we've got 8 viewers and piling up as we speak right now. Not to mention we have somebody in the chat. I just assumed when I said I'm sure that Bruce Chad. So I tweet out before. Anybody have a problem? Of course, Bruce Chad can't get in. What's going on? All right, so nice to see Evilmaster, Degenerate Dean, Robert Danner, Sean Englehart. So when Bruce Chad gets in here, you guys can all attest, right? It's on him. It's on him. Reckless. And there will be no imposters this evening as we are set. This is private tonight. It's private. There are no intruders. So anybody that trolls us in the chat tonight paid to do so. Anybody that trolls us. You know, the first couple of nights there were cracks in security. It's like the American-Mexican border. Cracks in security, but we put up the wall. We built the wall. Build the wall. We built the wall out of courtesy to the hardcores that pay, that don't need Han Jun Kim or whoever the fuck it was in the chat the other night. So there's a lot of stuff to get to here this evening. Hopefully Bruce Chad is able to join us, because you know Bruce Chad's a hardcore. You know Bruce Chad's a hardcore fan, so you know right now he's freaking out. He can't get in, but we see everybody else is getting in right now. Everybody else is getting in. Big Will,
the wall is up, isn't it? Listen, it's going to take us a couple of nights to figure out the technology here. But Ric Flair invading the chat last night was motivation enough for me to say, hey, you know what? I better fucking set this thing on private. Big Will says he got in and he's high as fuck. I set this thing up and I'm high as fuck. I think Babano might be the only sober person here, and even Babano might be drunk right now for all I know. So there's a lot of stuff to get to in the sports world. The Washington Wizards are fucking up the Boston Celtics right now. This is an interesting series because Boston's up 2-0. Boston's up 2-0, but in both earlier games, the Washington Wizards were the better team for the most part. And then the Wizards would fall apart. So here they are tonight once again. They fucking ambushed them in the first quarter. I think it was 39-17 or something like that. And they haven't really let up. It's been a physical game. They've been jawing at each other all night. There's been a lot of pushing and shoving. Kelly Oubre Jr. has been ejected from the game. Oubre got nailed by Olynyk on a tough screen. He got pissed off. He was like, he ran like fucking 30 feet and fucking like shoved him over. So he's been booted out of the basketball game. But the Wizards aren't really letting up right now. The Wizards aren't letting up. You know, Boston's not going to quit though, because they have come back in these games, so they're going to think, you know what, we can do this. Like Washington potentially can blow this. I don't really care. I took the Celtics because I'm an idiot. What I'm more concerned about is the over. So I'm hoping that Boston doesn't quit, and I'm hoping that Washington doesn't let up because Washington's blown a lot of leads in this series. Like if you're Washington, how do you let up? You know, you can't let up. You know, like you've got to get up by 40 or 50 before you let up because Boston's already come back a bunch of times on you. It's 57-36 right now. Like I said, it's a little lower scoring I would like because of Boston. You know, fucking Washington's got theirs. Washington's got 57 points already. 3 minutes left in the first half. Boston just can't fucking hit a shot to save their life tonight. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. Well, look who stumbled in here. Bruce Chat. I was stating earlier, Bruce Chat, I tweeted out if anybody has any problems or just, you know, give me a heads up. And without even checking, we started the show. People were already here, Bruce Chad. People were already here, Bruce Chad, and I said, yeah, let me check Twitter because I'm sure Bruce Chad is complaining about something and has a problem getting in. I go to Twitter and what do I see? It says May 2nd. Let me ask you honestly, what did you have to do? Hit refresh? We're starting to figure this out a little bit better as well right now as we go along. The firewall is built. So we have an exclusive club this evening, except I know when Degenerate Dean brought this up the other night, that this new option is very nice because Ustream was very unpredictable and kind of crap. So it's very nice right now. Like if you missed the show, it's up on Patreon. And right there in like YouTube form, you can rewind. The video is nice and crisp and clean. The sound is very good. So I think that Sports Rage Premium on Patreon is off to a good start. Except we'll continue to improve things, and we're going to continue to lower the price. So next month, we appreciate all the early birds. We didn't know it was going to be in U.S. dollars. I sincerely did not know that. So the fact that it's in U.S. dollars enables us to lower the price significantly if I'm getting paid in U.S. dollars, right? So We're dropping the price next month. We're dropping the price next month, so that's good news. You know, we don't want to lose people, and we want to bring in new people as well. This isn't a greed. You know, we're not doing this for greed. We're doing this to pay the bills. We're doing this because nothing's free in this world. I gave you the reasons last week, a long list of reasons why we're doing this. There's more support for, you know, for this show than there are the TV shows that I put like 5-6 fucking hours into working. And I'm fucking drained, man. You know, I'm drained. Like most normal people don't do as many shows as I do. And now doing it 7 days a week, it's not easy. And even for me, it's like I'm always just fucking burnt and it never ends, man. I fell asleep 2 days ago. I woke up, it was like 5 o'clock in the evening. I had no idea what day it was and if I did the show or not. Like it was one of those Twilight Zone deals. I fucking woke up and I was like, oh my God. And I was thinking to myself too, I'm like, this is what happens because I gotta be honest, oftentimes my cell phone battery runs out and I don't charge it for a day or two. I just don't care. No one calls me with good news anyways. So I just don't give a shit, all right? I'm not addicted to my cell phone, trust me. Like, I didn't even know where it was, for a day yesterday. The other night when we did the radio show, I left it at the studio by, like, you know what I mean? I'm not a cell phone guy. But I know that if I was, like, you know, missing a show or something, they'd be calling and freaking out, right? So I woke up at 5 o'clock and I was like, oh my God, it fucking happened. I was like, I'm so tired, it finally happened, where I think I just missed the fucking show. And I was like freaking out for a second. I was like, oh my God, I think I just missed Game Time Decisions. And I was like, think, Morency, think, did you do the show like an hour ago or did you just fall asleep or did you fall asleep today? And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, where? I'm like, what guest did I just have on? What day is it? And then I clued in. I'm like, oh, fuck, thank God, fuck. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, thank God. I was like, yeah, I did the show and I just fell asleep. So it's getting to the point where I'm so tired. I'm just falling asleep. I don't know where I am. I'm like Abe Simpson and stuff. So as much as I love Sports Rage, it's draining. Like, you know what I mean? I'm very emotional on Sports Rage. Like, doing this show is draining and stuff. So we found the perfect medium. But as I stated, and we'll move on after this, as I stated, we will be lowering the price next month and, you know, adjust it so it's very affordable for everybody and everybody wins. As I stated, Red Heat and Rage Radio could be going to 5 nights a week in the future. The Boston Celtics, this is unbelievable. Like, beyond pathetic. They're stuck on 37. Like, we're not going to get the fucking total if you guys don't score at all, fuck. It's 61-37 right now. Like, pick up the fucking pace. How about you hit a fucking shot, somebody? You've been on 37 since the 4-minute mark. Like, the Celtics haven't scored in 4 minutes. Shoot the ball, somebody. They're passing, and they're passing, and they're passing, and they're passing. I'm scared to look at the in-game total. My guess is going to be 214.5. It's 217.5. Could be worse. Could be worse. But the problem is, this game is such a blowout that I don't fucking know what, like, Boston's going to do. Like, even though Boston's come back in this series repeatedly, at some point, even Boston's going to say, you know what, this is not our night tonight. Fucking Marcus Smart can only hit one of the 2 free throws. You just ended at like a 52-0 scoring drought or something like that. Come on, Washington, just score a couple of more. Get to fucking 65 here. Washington should have 80 points. They have missed so many looks, and like they still have 61. Washington shoots a bad 3. Come on, Boston. I need buckets here. Somebody shoot. Nobody wants to shoot. The thing that's ridiculous and really pissing me off about this is you guys are down by 24 fucking points. You know, you're down by 24 points, guys. And, you know, you're milking the shot clock like you're winning or something. It's like, hurry the fuck up. Either start bombing threes or take it to the rack repeatedly. And you're doing neither. You're sort of passing it around. And it's like you're just discombobulated. 61-38. Yeah, the total just plummeted to 213.5. We were at 217.5, and, you know, we were lucky. Let's see. Come on, Washington. Well, of course, offensive foul. No, I'm just getting tormented. No, it's goaltending. Sorry, goaltending. All right. Whatever. We'll get back to this game. This game's fucking pissing me off, though. I'll tell you that much. I'm like, at least they hit that shot there. That was good from Crowder. They're only down by 23 right now. If I was Brad Stevens, that's what I would tell these guys at the half. I go, listen, that was fucking pathetic. I'd say they hit everything, we hit nothing, and we're only down by 23. Let's give it a run here in the third. I'd tell them, let's cut this shit to 10 going into the fourth, and we got a game. Like, how many fucking putbacks can you miss, Gortat? Like, fucking Gortat. It's been like 8 times Gortat. All you gotta do, you fucking big-ass Frankenstein fucking lurch motherfucker, all you gotta do is just fucking tap the ball in. Can't do it. We'll check back in. I need to clear my mind here for a second of this game. Interesting story from St. Petersburg, Florida I wanted to hit on. As we prepare for our horse racing venture, that's real. It's very real. We should be on the track in 2 weeks. We're getting the horse, I believe, Tuesday or Thursday, probably next Thursday. Tonight's the stake claim race, so next Thursday as well. So next Thursday we're getting the horse, and the following Thursday we'll be on the track. And I can promise you we will not give our horse cocaine. Cocaine found in 5 greyhounds following Florida dog racing in Orlando. St. Petersburg, Orlando, etc. It's actually somewhat confusing because I saw the Orlando Police Department were in on this, but it says it happened in St. Petersburg. Florida officials revoked a racing greyhound's trainer's license after 5 dogs tested positive for cocaine. According to records from the Department of Business Professional Regulation, Malcolm McAllister's racing license was permanently revoked April 24th. Urine samples for the dogs were taken by state employees following races at the St. Petersburg Kennel, known as Derby Lane. McAllister did not return calls, did not dispute the findings, though, and waived his right to a hearing. He wrote to the agency that one of his trainers he had hired must have either administered the drug or accidentally given the drug to the dogs. It was with great sadness and disbelief that this very serious charge has been brought against me. The incident happened when he was hiring a new trainer and had 4 different helpers during that period. One of these undesirables had to have either dropped or administered the cocaine. It was not me. Records show Florida's Greyhound industry has had 46 positive tests for cocaine since 2008. It's unclear how the dogs are ingest the drug. Executive Director of Greyhound 2K USA, a nonprofit industry watchdog group, says regulators never investigated how dogs get cocaine into their systems. There's only two scenarios. It's an outright attempt to fix races, or the individuals who are caring for the dogs are using cocaine and the dogs came in contact with the cocaine in some way. How fucking naive are you people? You guys keep talking about like, I don't know, maybe like the dog accidentally did coke. What do you mean the dog accidentally did coke? This is like racial incidents in Fenway. What is it, isolated incident? I've lived with dogs and I've lived with a lot of cokeheads, and never once have I seen a dog do cocaine. Cocaine's too expensive to give it to a dog. Secondly, it's probably not a good idea to give cocaine to a dog. Now, me personally, I'm just saying out loud, I'm not a veterinarian, but I'm thinking to myself, probably not a good idea to give coke to a dog. Probably could have a heart attack. So, like, I don't like that they keep saying, well, I don't know, maybe they was just, yeah. Buddy was doing coke, he passed out, fucking, and the dog came along and fucking did the blow 46 separate times at the Greyhound track. And another thing is, I'm not really sure, like, how is cocaine going to help a dog? like, honestly, how is cocaine going to help a dog? I'm thinking, like, if you give cocaine to a dog, all it's going to do is really fuck him up, man. Yeah, I guess generally he could run fast, but he could also have a fucking heart attack and die on the track. He could also get all pissed off because he's high on coke and attack you. Like, you know, how do you fucking know how a dog on cocaine is going to react? Like, wait, what kind of idiot gives a fucking cocaine dog anyways? A dog to a dog, cocaine to a dog. Now, I'm not saying that in the history of the world that one person's dog has never did cocaine before. It has to have happened accidentally. Somebody's got a bunch of lines on the table. The dog accidentally comes up, sniffs the shit, and does a little blow, you know? I'm sure it's happened. But, like, I don't, you know, like I said, I don't really, like, how do you know the dog is going to run well after the cocaine? But we should repeat, and we should stress once again that, of course, this did take place in Florida. This was in Florida. So, nothing's a surprise when it comes to Florida now, is it? Now, the big story of the day today, is LeVar and Lonzo Ball are back in the news. And I said this months ago. That Lonzo Ball, you're not a teenager anymore. You know, you need to check yourself and check your old man and tell him to shut the fuck up, that you're not doing me any favors. You know, like, the old man put so much pressure on Lonzo and around that UCLA program, there was more negative than positive in the end. Alonzo Ball's a great player, but the baggage that the father brought to the entire college basketball season was too much. And I remember I did numerous videos, and you remember, you know, the old man said that he would beat Michael Jordan, that you know, his son's better than Steph Curry. I can't even keep up with all the stupid shit that he said, but It's actually brilliant marketing what he did in hindsight. He almost trumped us. LeVar Ball said so many stupid fucking things that he made himself a household name. Well, he made himself a household name. Oh yeah, too many white guys on UCLA. It was the white guys' fault that they lost. Even though the 3 white guys on the floor all had better stats than your kid did in that game against Kentucky. LeVar didn't bring up the fact, like they're charging $495. You guys should have charged $380 because didn't Aaron Fox drop 38 on your fucking ass? If your shoes were at $495, what's Aaron Fox's shoe worth? He dropped 38, 39 on you. Is his shoe worth $800? So, LeVar Ball's a douche, but he's like Colin Cowherd. He says stupid shit and the mainstream media picks it up. I say intelligent stuff every day and nobody gives a fuck. You say stupid shit and people care. So, of course, if you recall, LeVar Ball stated that he wants a $1 billion shoe deal. Wants a $1 billion shoe deal for his sons. You'll get all 3 kids for the $1 billion. You've got to market the Big Baller brand for them. And they want a big percentage of royalties and blah, 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 blah. All this and the fucking other. They want it all. Give us everything. That's what Lonzo Ball wants. He wants it all. LeVar, $1 billion. So, surprisingly enough, and I'm actually somewhat surprised, that every major shoe company told them to fuck off. They told them, we're not marketing your Big Baller brand. We're not giving you $1 billion. But if you want to talk seriously, we'll give you a shoe deal. And I thought that they were just sort of bluffing and eventually somebody would say, you know what, let's sign this kid. But ultimately they said no. Under Armour, Adidas, and Nike all rejected LeVar Ball. They all met with him and he left without a deal with all of them and they all stood strong and said, you're not worth it. It's not worth it. So now they're doing it independently and they're selling the Big Baller brand shoe for $495 a pair. Pretty nice of them though, isn't it? At least they're nice enough to give you 2 shoes. I'm surprised that it's not $495 per shoe. It's pretty nice of them. Pretty nice. $495 for the shoes. Never mind the fact you never played a fucking minute in the National Basketball Association. Never mind the fact that you're going to be on a shit-ass fucking team. Oh, yeah, we should add LeVar has stated that he is only going to play for the Lakers. I'm sure Magic Johnson and company want to deal with this fuckface for the next 10 years. He's a good player. He's very Steve Nash-ish, Jason Kidd-ish. He's a special player. Is he LeBron James? No. I'm not even sure he's the best player in the fucking draft. That's the thing. It's not like he's some phenom that you're not even a number 1 pick. That's the funny thing. That's why LeVar doesn't get that. The old man. It's like, fine. I don't have a problem with it. It's America. You want to run your mouth. You want to, it was very smart. You called out Michael Jordan and everyone paid attention. You think LeVar Ball really thinks that he can beat Michael Jordan? No. He doesn't, but it worked. I bet you he believes that UCLA lost because they had too many white guys on the floor. I believe that. But he successfully trolled all of us to get attention, and it worked. But then instead of taking advantage of the attention that you created by coming out and saying, you know what, here's our shoe, it's $139, and check it out, it's pretty cool. you jump the shark and you come out with a $495 fucking shoe, and then you exasperate it by tweeting out that if you don't have the money for it, you're not a big baller. Twitter is being absolutely savage towards them, and it doesn't seem like people are in a hurry to buy them. Like, who's going to buy this shoe besides, like, Drake? Somebody tweets, Grant Hill should call Lonzo Ball and warn him of the dangers of foot injuries, derailing a career by wearing a vastly inferior sneaker. Can't spell Lonzo without an L. And people they're going after him. Drew Garrison. Basically, Kobe's you pick up at Payless. People are less than impressed. And the thing is, Lonzo Ball's not a bad kid. He's not a selfish teammate. He's not a bad kid. He is a very good player. But you're letting your father fucking destroy you, man. You're letting your father destroy your reputation before you're even in the NBA. And you're not a kid, man. You just put your name on this. You're taking photos holding the shoe and shit. You're charging $495 a fucking shoe. I have a pair of Marburys. I wish I knew where they were right now. I kind of want to start going through closets and everything, but I have a pair of Marburys. I got these Marburys when I went to court in Buffalo. So we were on the Score Television fucking network. We're talking about like 11 years ago. I got the Marburys in Buffalo. After I went to court, I went to the mall. Me and White Abdul went to the Galleria. And they had Stephen Barry's there. And I remember I bought a pair for Orville too. Marburys. I paid fucking 2 pairs, $13. I think it was like $8-9 a pair, and if you bought 2, they were on sale for 15 or something, or 14, $7 a pair. I still have these shoes, and there is no holes in them. You would think they're brand fucking new. No holes in them. The only thing fucked up with the shoe are the laces. Because the laces are old. The shoe itself is still intact. Now, Stephon Marbury wore those in the NBA. So did Ben Wallace. So did a couple of other guys that Marbury signed to his shoe, to shoe contracts. Now, Marbury did this because he wanted to show kids that can't afford $495 running shoes that, you don't need $495 running shoes to be cool. And he wore them in the NBA to prove that the shoes were a scam. Now, I was already a Stephon Marbury fan. But when Marbury did the shoe thing and he said that, he goes, man, I'm tired of these kids getting fucking jack for fucking $200 Air Jordans. And he said, poor kids can't afford it. They feel like shit. He goes, I had to make a shoe for the kids that, poor kids essentially, they can afford, so they can afford it. And they can go and play ball and be all right in it. Good start for Boston. They hit a shot right out of the gate. He was charging less too. Like, we paid like $7 each. I think at one point they were like $5, $6, $7 type shit. They were never more than $10. They were always like $10 shoes type shit. That was his goal. And a lot of people laughed at first. They were like, he's making these welfare shoes and shit. And then you see the shoe, and you're like, fuck, it's a pretty cool shoe. Especially if you were a Knick fan, because he had the Knick colors and stuff. So the shoe is like, it's sort of rubberish type shit. It's like this tough-ass fucking material. And like I said, nearly 12 years later, I still have the shoes. I've bought, and I used to play basketball all the time, I bought like $200 fucking Allen Houston this and Nike that. Fucking holes in them after 3 weeks. They fall apart. Fucking, you know. And LeBron James at the time was asked, because LeBron James's shoe was like $229 and Marbury's was $9. And LeBron James was asked, would you, have you ever considered making a more affordable shoe for your fans? And LeBron's answer was, exact word for word, was, I have higher standards than that. So LeBron has higher standards than... Now, LeBron's a much better person now than he is then. We got to give him credit for that. So LeBron was still in his dick era back then. So LeBron said, I have much higher standard than that. So Marbury exposed LeBron James and showed how much it cost to make LeBron's shoe and how much it cost to make his shoe. And it was essentially the same fucking thing. It was essentially the same fucking thing. Like, Marbury was paying like fucking $1 a pair or something, $2 a pair. And LeBron was like $3 a pair or $4 a pair. Now, we should know, they include the marketing, advertising, and shoe boxes as part of the cost. Like an actual Air Jordan Nike shoe, the box costs more than the shoe. Like, no, if you buy a nice pair of Air Jordans, you're going to get a nice black box. It's thick cardboard. It's going to have like a nice gold trim design. You know what I mean? Like, they put a lot of work into the box. All right? They put a lot of work into the box. So the box costs more than the fucking shoe does. So Marbury called out LeBron and said, oh, he has lower standards. He's just greedy. He says, my shoe costs this to make. I'm charging $9. His shoe costs this. He's charging $200. So the beautiful thing about this was, not only did Marbury help kids out and give them affordable shoes that look cool, the best part was, Marbury made so much fucking money, he left the NBA. Marbury sold so many fucking shoes, he made like over $1 billion, guys. He's still raking it in as we speak in China. He's ingenious. He's like, fuck the NBA, I'm out of here. And I remember he was the first guy to go on Ustream. And I remember the night we were on Hardcore Sports Radio and Orville showed me. He's like, check Marbury out. Marbury was smoking weed in a car and shit. And he was still in the NBA. And he was like, I'm done with y'all. And he was laughing. He's like, I'm going to China. And he's like, I signed a deal. So Marbury spent the last few years playing basketball in China. He's making like $10 million a year from the Chinese team. He's won championships and shit. The guy's scoring like 35 points a game. He's wearing his shoes, and he's selling his shoes in China. China, as Don Trump would say. So he has sold literally hundreds of millions of these shoes. Now, he's moved on from the American market. He's based in Asia now, but he's selling these things in Asia. He's selling these things in Asia now. And, last time I checked, there's a lot of people there. And they love basketball. And they love Marbury. And they love Marbury shoes. So LeBron can talk about his fucking standards. And yeah, LeBron, you got a shitload of money from Nike, but you're Nike's bitch. Stephon Marbury owns his own company, is fucking basically a billionaire, and is smoking weed, having fun, and selling shoes and doing what he wants. It's amazing, like Marbury really, really fell ass backwards into this, like monster success with this. Like he's, yeah, without the competition as well, Football Observer. Without the competition as well. You know, yeah, you know LeBron and Kobe are selling shoes in China and stuff, but they don't play in China. They don't live in China. You know, Marbury does. Marbury speaks Chinese now and stuff. Like, Marbury's not a stupid guy. He speaks Chinese. He's selling this shit to these guys. And he's having fun playing basketball. Like I said, he won the title. He's won the title, I think, 2 times in a row. Two times. People don't realize the Chinese league. We often talk about Korean basketball, but the Chinese league is big time. Yeah, the Chinese league is big time. A Chinese team just offered a kid like $2 million that's going to go play in the NCAA instead. Fuck, nobody can hit a fucking shot here. Emmanuel Mudiay did that. I don't know why more kids don't do that. I tell you, they don't do that because the NBA and the NCAA scouts and everything, they fucking sort of try to intimidate the kid and tell them it's going to be bad for them. You know, I don't know, if you go play overseas instead of in college, we're not going to see you and, you know, you might fall in the draft. Well, it's complete bullshit. You know, it's complete bullshit. And are you going to get better playing against Stephon Marbury? You're going to get better playing against Marquette. You know, you're going out there, you're playing professional basketball against grown men and former NBA guys and studs and stuff. And, like, you're making money. I'm amazed more kids don't do it. Emmanuel Mudiay did it. The guy on the Denver Nuggets. Mudiay was on SMU, and he, you know, the NCAA was always all over him and shit. The NCAA was always with their rules, and he got suspended, whatever. And finally, he was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm quitting school, and I'm moving to fucking China. And dude made fucking $4 million. You know, like, why would you chump out if you're a kid? I'm going to chump out and get yelled at by Coach Krzyzewski. I'll take the $3 million. I'll go play in China for 2 years, and I'll come to the NBA after. Yeah, this is disappointing. We need some fucking points in this game. In-game total's 214.5. We're not totally off, but Boston needs to hit some shots. There's a 3 ball. They need to hit some shots. They're not in give-up mode yet. Don't forget, guys. They've come back a couple of times already in this series. And Washington have blown a lead a couple of times in this series. I'm amazed that Gortat didn't fuck that up, even though he was right under the basket. All right, there you go. Isaiah Thomas is getting more aggressive now. I've given up on the Boston side of this, but I'm hoping for the over. I got more on the over. We're on the New York Rangers and the under. We're on the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox were up 3-1 earlier. We're on the Cardinals. That's 4-4 right now. Now the Red Sox are losing 8-3. That's going to be a losing bet. I like the Seattle Mariners later, and we'll talk about this Utah Jazz Golden State Warrior game a little bit, but I think this pretty much concludes the Lonzo Ball situation. But $495 a pair. You're a fucking asshole. You're an idiot. You're not going to sell any shoes. People are going to mock you. You're being mocked once again. And at what point, kid, do you take and accept responsibility for your own image? Because your father's killing you right now, dude. Your father's killing you. And honestly, right now, if you're an NBA team, now the Wizards are just like fucking. If you're an NBA team, like, do you even want to deal with that? You want to deal with this old guy? And would you be concerned that if you draft him, he's going to stiff you and he's not even going to show up? Like I said, the father's already said his son's only going to play for the Lakers. I don't even know if the Lakers want him. Yeah, I imagine they would, you know, and I guess Magic thinks, you know, I could, you know, and he's been compared to Magic. But like I said, I don't know if Magic wants to deal with the guy. You know, Steve Kerr, for the record, said that he wouldn't touch the kid. He says, I got nothing against his son, but he goes, it's not worth it. I wouldn't draft him. But it's easier for Steve Kerr to say that. Steve Kerr's the coach of the Golden State Warriors. You know, like if you're a shitty team, you want to get this kid, but you know what's crazy? The Boston Celtics are playing right now. The Boston Celtics have the #1 pick in the draft. Fuck. Who gave them these picks? Like, man. And good, Paul Bovey just tweeted us. Bovey, actually, great pick he gave the Wizards on Game Time Decisions today. He said they'll get off to the lead, and this time they won't let up. In-game totals 216.5 as we speak. I've got the number at 217. I paid. I paid like minus 140. I was like, I don't want to lay 219. I'm going to make it 217. We're hanging on for dear life here. All we need is a couple of points, fuck. The only thing is, you know, Washington, it's going to be real ugly garbage time in this game later. Let's hope we can hit this hockey game and get out of here. We do have the Rangers. I'm really hoping we can hit this under. You never know, though. There could be some late goals. Yeah, so at some point, this fucking kid's got to accept responsibility for himself. Yeah, that's the thing. But they tell you, Lomas, they'll tell you, oh, well, you know, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for you if you're not, you know, you're not in America. Like, yeah, well, I don't know. Emmanuel Mudiay was drafted. What was he drafted? 7th overall? 3rd overall? It's fucking bullshit. They use it against you. Dante Exum played professionally instead of college. Dante Exum said, I'll play in the Australian Basketball League instead of the college and I'll get paid. And a men's Australian professional team would beat an NCAA team. Now, I'm not stating that the North Carolina Tar Heels wouldn't beat like a professional team in Australia, but, you know, you take, let's say, Marquette or Georgetown. Take Georgetown against a men's team in the Pro League in Australia. The men's team in Australia is beating them. Like, there's dudes on that team that play in the Olympics. They're men. They have 7-footers and dudes hitting threes. Like, the Australian Basketball League's a good league. The Celtics just can't hit a fucking shot, man. Fuck, this game's frustrating. Starting to wonder if I should just fucking bail on it. Cash out. You know, in the last 2 minutes, I've lost $13 of cash out value, which means the in-game is plummeting. Fucking Boston stuck on 51 right now. Washington's just sort of clunking it around. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. All right, so there's been a lot of talk about Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, of course. I have not been amongst the people talking about it. I don't think it's going to happen. I've told people it's not going to happen. I think that Floyd Mayweather is just trolling Conor McGregor, and he's trolling the UFC, and he has no interest in really doing this. But there's a story out tonight that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has met with Magic Johnson. And Mayweather's just posted a picture with him and Magic Johnson together. And Mayweather says that he wants to buy an NBA team. That he met with Magic to discuss how to buy an NBA team and how to get into the NBA. Just had a great meeting with Magic Johnson. It's about time for me to buy an NBA team. If you're ready to sell, please get in touch with me. Floyd Mayweather owning an NBA team. You should probably stop posting pictures of him betting so much on the NBA, but I could see this, though. Why not, you know? Why, if Jay-Z can own part of an NBA team and fucking Beyonce can own part of an NBA team, why not Floyd Mayweather? In fact, I think it'd be perfect, actually, for the NBA team that goes to Las Vegas, which inevitably the NBA is going to Vegas. I saw an interview with Dana White talking about Las Vegas. The UFC's opening up this new headquarters. Pretty nice facility, huge facility. Fucking Boston Celtics are really useless tonight. Like, yeah, we're fucked. But Dana almost dropped it. He said, he goes, you know, there's pro sports coming to Vegas, but the UFC's always really been the home team here, and we're the big thing in Vegas. And he's like, the NFL, of course, is coming. He goes, the NHL is about to start, and he's like, the NBA is coming here too. Dana just sort of dropped that, you know, and the NBA's, he goes, and I hear the NBA's coming here too, and like, no one really picked up on that, but Dana White's in Vegas, so he would know if the NBA is coming to Vegas. And I said this before, too. You got to have your head in the fucking sand if you don't think right now somebody's going, well, fuck, we better get an NBA team in Vegas. You have an NFL team going to Vegas. You have an NHL team in Vegas. You know, baseball, maybe not, but NBA, come on. It's a basketball city, fuck. Like, it's tailor-made. Like, it's done. Like, and the beautiful thing about the NBA is you'll make as much money, if not more, than the NFL, and you know, you don't have to fleece the taxpayers and all that. They already have the arena. MGM has the fucking arena. They have the infrastructure. Like, you know, if they're going to support a hockey team, you know, they're going to support an NBA team. The only thing is, this owner in Vegas that brought the hockey team there, he's going to start to realize that, you know, this isn't going to be easy. He's already bitching about the Raiders. And the Raiders are still 4 years away. Like, wait till the Raiders are there. Suddenly your hockey team's not as sexy. Wait till there's a fucking NBA team playing every 2 nights in the same arena. Yeah, it's Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah, what's going to be the hotter ticket, the NBA or the NHL? Come on. Like, you're leaving money on the table right now by not having an NBA team in Vegas, and you know that's pissing some Vegas people off. Now, they'll end up being a baseball team in Vegas, I assume, as well. Because everyone's going to want to cash in on this. Right? So it's too late right now. The NFL and Davis is running the show. No casino is really in on this with the Raiders. The NHL is MGM with Buddy, the Foley guy. The NBA will be MGM with somebody else. MGM's already been hosting fucking Laker games. Like, it's ready to go. They'll just slide an NBA team right into T-Mobile Mobile Arena. MGM will be a part owner. You get Floyd Mayweather to toss $100 million or whatever. Floyd can own 10%. You know what I mean? Like, it's tailor-made. And like I said, baseball's a little bit different. Baseball you could sell in Vegas, and I think baseball will get there. But the NBA will be more attractive because it's less expensive. Baseball, you got to build a big stadium and shit. You know, and there's not going to be an appetite, and it's sort of bad news for the Expos, so there's not going to be an appetite in Vegas to build another stadium. People just got fucked over, although it's not locals, it's going to be a hotel tax, but people still aren't happy that there's $750 million of public funds going to a football stadium. So it's going to be a hard sell for them to turn around and give us another $700 million to build a baseball stadium. The football stadium that they're building isn't for baseball, so you can't just put your team in there. So when a baseball team goes in there, they're going to have to make their own baseball stadium. It's going to have to be a dome stadium. But we're talking about Las Vegas here. You know, I'm sure somebody, 30 years ago said, why are you going to build a casino when there's already 18 casinos on the strip? There's always room for another pro sports team. MLS, it would be very big in Vegas too. MLS would be big. There's talk of MLS there as well. All right, so I'll take our first break of the evening on the Thursday Night Throwdown Sports Rage. Premium, dude. Premium.
They can't be trusted. Rapist, madman and sadist. You believe in justice. They can't be trusted. rapist. Hey yo, madman or sadist. Hey yo, you believe in justice. Hey yo, they can't be trusted. And rapist. Hey yo, madman and sadist. Hey yo, you believe in justice. Hey yo, they can't be trusted. When you're sentenced to do the time, learning murder's cold free is the joke. Bring back the rope. Bring back the rope. Bring back the rope. All this fucking talk, while the cycle gets the walk. The system's just a joke. Bring back the rope. Bring back the rope. Bring back the rope.
Bring back the rope. Bring back the rope. Bring back the rope. Bring back the rope. All this fucking talk. Well, the killer gets the walk. The system's just a joke. Ah, fuck me. The Ottawa Senators just scored. Holy fuck, there's so many missed shots in this basketball game. Wide open, hit this. Misses a wide open three. Like, how's that not a foul? How is that not a foul? Like, what are the Boston Celtics shooting in this game? Like, honestly, I don't know how's that not a foul. Zeller's going up for a fucking dunk. He gets fucking mugged and out of bounds. Like, these fucking refs suck, man. These refs fucking reek. 93. They're up. They're down by 30. The Boston Celtics are down by 30. What am I doing betting on Boston? I ripped Boston all week. I bet on the Boston Red Sox. They're fucking losing. And now the Boston Celtics are fucking losing. Good job tonight, Boston. I guess that's all ball. I can't bitch. Fuck. Fuck, I can't bitch about the fucking total in this hockey game, though. I'm going to get screwed over. I got a 5, but I'm going to get fucked over now because there's inevitably going to be an empty net goal. Never get an empty net goal when I need one. And we do have another basketball game coming up, and it's a tough one. It's like, do you want to lay the points with Golden State? It's a lot of points to lay. Of course, the St. Louis Cardinals are down right now 5-4 too, you fucking pricks. Never fucking ends, man. Win a couple of games, and then where's the luck, fuck, huh? I'll take the Seattle Mariners still, but maybe the Cardinals can come back. I am on the New York Rangers. I really would like to hit this fucking over, this NBA game, though. That's the play I need. Yeah, great. The Mariners are up to... You're telling me the Mariners are now minus 160? It was minus 120 earlier. Fuck, hit a fucking shot, man. I'm really getting pissed off now. Like, none of these fucktards. Block shots, brick shots. The Boston Celtics are just like flopping all over the place. It's fucking hard to watch, man. Let me tune into this hockey game and watch me get fucked over right now. Rangers are up 4-1 on the power play. They're about to tie this series at 2. And I got to believe that it's going to fade away from them now. You know, the Rangers are going to win this series now. It's amazing. Team Canada just fucking choking. Ottawa and Edmonton. Although the Edmonton was interesting, wasn't it? With that whole offside deal, the whole whether it was icing or not. And that's icing. It should have been icing. And Don Cherry brought it up earlier tonight, and he's got a good point. That's the thing. You know, you guys are fucked. Sometimes you call icing, sometimes you don't call icing. Like, I thought it was just automatic icing now anyways. Like, I don't understand you guys. Everything is always so complicated with the NHL. You know, the guys on the Oilers thought it was fucking icing, so he just flippantly fucking touches it and ends up getting fucking passed right in front of the net for a goal, cost them a playoff game. It's kind of a problem. But don't worry, Gary Bettman's not going to be too upset about that because it's not like an American team got fucked over or anything like that. All they care about, the NHL doesn't want the Edmonton Oilers making it to the semifinals. You think they want the fucking Ottawa Senators on TV instead of the New York Rangers? Who do you think they want? The Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Ottawa Senators or the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the New York Rangers on TV? You know, same thing with the Ducks. You think they want the fucking Edmonton Oilers on national television in the U.S.? As if, even though they have Connor McDavid. You know, like if the Ducks got fucked over like that last night, Bettman would have a problem with it. Bettman's a fucking prick, all right? He just is. He's a shitty commissioner. He's ruined hockey. You know, look at his playoff format. Why are the Washington Capitals and the Pittsburgh Penguins even playing each other in the second round? You know, Gary Bettman, he likes the playoff format. Bettman's adding you're going to have replay on fucking everything now. Replays on high sticks, replays on the delayed game when the puck goes over the glass. Nobody likes the replays on the offside. I don't really mind the offside replay, but they get it wrong. That's the whole thing. And the offside replay is hard. So you're better off not doing it because it's subjective by the angle. It's like the Music City Miracle. You know, by definition, yes, we should know whether it was offside or not, but it's a lot of moving parts here. And, you know, like I said, that Music City Miracle, you look at it from one side and it looks like, yeah, that's fucking a forward pass. You know, you see another replay and it's like, it's kind of, you know, it's difficult to gauge shit like that on the move and the perception of it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Bruce. It's like the CFL. Like, they ruined the CFL with this shit. Throw the flag, challenge it, challenge it, challenge it, challenge it. You can challenge everything in the fucking CFL. It's like, you know, in the CFL, you can throw a pass, it's incomplete, and you can throw a challenge on it on the offense. Say, all right, I want to challenge something. And you can say, look, over here, this guy that had nothing to do with it, 200 yards away from the fucking play, this guy fucking touched someone there illegally. And then you look at the replay, it's like, yeah, I guess technically he did touch him. You know, so we got to call it. It's bullshit. You know, like the play that caused the Grey Cup 2 years ago. You know, Hamilton got screwed over in the Grey Cup 2 years ago like that. They challenged the play, and when you watch the play live, it wasn't pass interference. It was a bang-bang play, good defense, championship on the line, no problem. Boom. Oh, you're telling me there's going to be an empty... Oh, thanks, Ottawa. A fucking empty net for 2 minutes. This is like being on death row. There's an empty net for 2 minutes. What do? We just sit here and watch this game until the dagger comes. Until the dagger comes, we have no choice. Well, Anderson's back in the net now. Well, I respect the hockey fight. You know, at least they're not quitting, but it's like, really, dude? You really think you're going to be fucking scoring 3 fucking goals in the next 2 minutes? Now Bobby Ryan wants to fight. Go fuck yourself. Fuck. Yeah, so that was my point. That's the thing. The other day they had a replay with the offside, and they were wrong. Like, they didn't even get it right. Well, John Wall's on the bench now. Garbage time. 95-71. Come on, guys. You're only down by 24. You're only down by 24. Nothing but bums on the floor right now. Guy on Boston just traveled. Marcus Smart, thanks. Yeah, you're right, Danner. Like, the instant replay blows. It's done more harm than good. They don't get it right. Look at the Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos and the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. I watched that catch again the other day. Fuck, it was blatantly a catch. They went to a replay. It was clearly a catch. They went to a replay, and nothing happened. They left the play incomplete. Jennings just pushed Rozier. They should have called it. Should be a technical. Give me some free throws. Now Jennings is in his face again. Come on, every fucking play. Now Stevens gets a tee. It's right on. We're right at 216.5 right now. Maybe if they just foul so much here, every time there's a foul, they'll go to the free throw line. But another foul. Rozier and Jennings are just pushing each other and fouling each other on every play now. Come on, ref. At some fucking point, somebody's got to shoot a free throw here. That's all I care about. It's ridiculous. They're both doing this because nothing happens to either one of them. They're both pushing each other, like just blatantly pushing each other once the play starts. Rozier's got 3 fouls in the last like 10 seconds. He fouled, whistle, foul, whistle, foul. Marcus Smart's a crazy dude too. Like, he might start throwing. Scott Brooks and the coaches are now yelling at the refs. Everyone's pissed. Oh, and you missed the free throw. Thanks, Bogdanovich. Fuck. Do you even have a fucking green card? We got a fucking free throw. Back to Europe for you, Bogdanovich. So all those technicals, and they missed the free throws. Good stuff. Thanks. Now you miss a layup. Holy fuck, this is hard to watch. Another layup missed. Oh, there's a big dunk. Like, garbage time in the NBA is so frustrating. Rozier gets it to drop. We're going to try this. Sorry, guys. This is, you know what you're in for. This is one of these nights. We're going to try to cry this one home. We're going to try to scream, bitch, and moan. Now what's going on? Now Jennings still bitching. Fuck, tee him up, man. All right, looks like there's a bunch of fights going on in the hockey game. Tanner Glass, Turris. Ottawa squirted did the old water bottle squirt. Tensions are running high. Tanner Glass was laughing at the Senators. So they squirted a water bottle. Looks like Dion Phaneuf just tried to kill somebody. Yeah, this is what Ottawa, listen. Ottawa has been on a nice run. Now they're chanting USA, USA. Fuck, you guys are dumb. I've never been to I've never, ever once in my life been to a hockey game between an American and a Canadian team. And the Canadian fans in Canada start cheering, Canada, Canada. Only in America, huh? They'll chant USA at a fucking hockey game, but God forbid they'll fucking help a dying kid. Like, they're big patriots. Like seriously, USA, USA. Yeah, USA, fuck. Your fucking best players are Canadian, you fucking dumb shitheads. Same with the fucking dumbasses in Boston. Like, Boston, yeah. Yeah, I know, you fucking hate Canada, you hate Quebec. It's like, yeah, Raymond Bourque, your second best defenseman of all time is fucking a French guy from Montreal. Your greatest player of all time, Bobby Orr, is fucking, from, where's Bobby from? I should know this. I think Bobby's from Toronto. I know he's from Ontario, but where's Bobby Orr's home fucking town? Where was he born? Parry Sound. Parry Sound. Canadian. Phil Esposito. Canadian. Jerry Cheevers. St. Catharines, Ontario. Gilles Gilbert. Where's Gilles Gilbert from? Remember the goalie, Gilles Gilbert? Saint-Esprit, Quebec. Oh, Gilles Gilbert is 68 years old now. Remember he stepped up in the playoffs that year for the Bruins. He was a good goalie, Gilles Gilbert. Back up to Jerry Cheevers. Detroit Red Wings and Boston Bruins. Yeah, I got to be honest, Kyle. You in the industry right now, that's a failing question. Like, honestly, we should all know that, for shame. Let's all hang our heads in shame. Where was Bobby Orr born? I was like, Ontario? That's unbelievable. You went to Gilles Goalie School in Peterborough. I saw the ESPN test. They have an ESPN employee test, like a sports quiz. Now, I would probably fail. ESPN job by the league. Here's the league taste. Calculating basic statistics, proofreading box scores for errors, spellings athletes' names, scoring plays, naming major sporting events, matching athletes to their sports, matching pro athletes to their colleges, matching athletes to their teams. No, it's interesting. Like, come on, man. They have a thing. They have a list of sports names here, and it's like, are these spelled correctly or incorrectly? Amari Stoudemire, Dwayne Wade, Scott Niedermeyer. You know what? I would do better at this. Actually, it's not bad because you don't have to spell it correctly. You just have to know it's wrong. So I'm looking at Niedermeyer. I'm like, yeah, it's not Niedermeyer. TJ Houshmandzadeh. Come on, fuck. All right, so this is interesting. You guys, let's take the test right now. We're taking the test right now. What sport do I play? You have to name the athlete and the sport. What sport do I play? Martin Truex Jr. Martin Truex Jr. Come on, guys. Martin Truex Jr. What sport is he? NASCAR. I would tell these guys, listen, I'm a radio host. I ain't going to be adding up box scores or anything, but name me names and ask me about topics. I'll tell you what you need to know. All right, I'll let you guys answer. So we'll see who knows who could pass the ESPN test. So most of you know NASCAR, Football Observer NASCAR, Kyle Johnson NASCAR, Andre no idea, Sam NASCAR, Sean says golf. See, it's funny. I like totally assume like this is. I'm like, wow, that's an easy one. I'm like, come on, man, Martin Truex Jr. All right, next name. Jermaine Taylor. What sport does Jermaine Taylor play? No cheating. No looking it up right now. Should have like a 30-second limit here. Jermaine Taylor. For the record, I know what Jermaine Taylor does. Jermaine Taylor. Andre is correct. Boxer. He's a boxer. Jermaine Taylor. James Blake. What sport does James Blake play? What sport does James Blake? This is what ESPN. You walk in, you want a job at ESPN, they're going to sit here and they're going to ask you, what sport does James Blake play? For the record, I know this one. Danner says hockey. That's Rob Blake. Mark O'Leary. What up? Is this old man Mark O'Leary? Yeah, he's retired. You're right. You know what else sports he plays? Getting beat up by the NYPD. Oh, yeah, for the record, before we continue, I'm on the Utah Jazz, and I'm going to take the over, but I like the Jazz more. I think they can hang around. All right, next name. This one's actually pretty tough. This one's pretty tough. Andrea Bargnani. What up, old man? Thanks for subscribing, old man. You're a class act. I appreciate it. I saw your name, but I wasn't positive. But I only say that Andrea Bargnani's tough because after watching this guy play, that ain't basketball. Yeah, like, that's not basketball. So I guess by definition, yeah, he's a basketball player. But hey, so we got the push, eh, with the 5. Better than nothing. Fuck, I should have taken a cash out option. We're not getting this. We're not going to get this fucking over in the basketball game. It's very frustrating. Although the night's not done yet. So yeah, we're taking Utah. For the record, Utah is 6-1 against the spread. This is the Sports Rage Premium stats. Utah Jazz 6-1 against the spread when getting 8 or more points. The Golden State Warriors are now 1-5 the last 6 times they've laid double digits in the playoffs. So from a technical, statistical angle and spread, the Utah Jazz are the play. It's always risky betting against the Golden State Warriors, obviously, but we'll take the Utah Jazz. It's 13.5. I get them at plus 14, minus 115. All right, next name on the test. Dawn Staley. Dawn Staley. I'm choking on this one. I'm choking on Dawn Staley. Dawn Staley. I'm going to say women's track and field. That's my guess. Women's track and field. Fuck. WNBA Hall of Famer. We choked. We all choked on this one. I admit, I'm being honest. I didn't. Now I'm like, oh yeah, that chick. Fuck. When I just saw her face, I'm like, oh yeah. I bet on the WNBA a little bit, but okay. Lomas got fooled by the Don. Don, not Don. All right. Next name. Miroslav Klose. Miroslav Klose. Yeah, whatever. Either way, Football Observer and Big Will. Either way, you guys thought it was Don, not Don. You didn't know who it was either way. It's not Deuce Staley. It's Don Staley. And there is no man Don Staley. Danner says track for Miroslav Klose. The German soccer team. Yeah, German soccer player. You know, we all know this one. So, you know, the only one I fucked up Don Staley. Larina Ochoa. Larina Ochoa. Larina Ochoa. What sport is she? No, I just gave it away by saying she. I didn't know. I thought you meant Larry. Netball. Yeah. You guys all, Larina Ochoa, she's a Mexican golfer on the WPGA Tour. Women's golfer, you're right. Jeremy Sowers. Jeremy Sowers. I'm choking on this one. I'm choking. RJ Sowers, there's a football player. Jeremy Sowers. The name's very familiar. Yeah, fuck. I'm going baseball. Once I see it, I'll be like, oh, that fucker. Jeremy. You guys can hear me typing, so I couldn't cheat anyway. Sowers. Yeah, baseball. Indians, that's right. Currently a scout. Yeah, Jeremy Sowers, yeah. Nick Barnett. Nick Barnett. Nick Barnett. I'm going football. Nick Barnett, football. Linebacker. Boom. Nick Barnett, American football linebacker. Yeah, Green Bay Packers, yeah, that's what I remember. Nick Barnett. Nick Barnett. And finally, in closing, the last few names, Jeff Halpern. Jeff Halpern. Yeah, Jeff Halpern is easy. Washington Capitals. You guys all know the hockey. And finally, in closing, oh no, there's another one here. There's two. Chris Burke. Chris Burke. Chris Burke. I don't know. I'll admit, I don't know Chris Burke. Let's say fucking he's a sailor. It sounds like it's a trick question. Who's Chris Burke? Fuck? Chris Burke. I'm going to say like he's a sailor. Fuck, he's Corky. Fuck. I told you, it's a fucking trick question. Chris Burke is Corky. You guys heard me say this out loud. What I just said. If I was in the office, I would have been too. I was like, Chris Burke. I'd be like, this sounds like a trick question. There's no Chris Burke. And I'm even thinking, Chris Burke, there's a Sports Illustrated writer, Chris Burke. Chris Burke is fucking Corky. Fucking Corky. Fuck you, ESPN. Throwing us a curveball with Corky. Little fucking Corky. And finally, in closing, Dario Franchitti. Dario Franchitti. Dario, come on, I know Dario Franchitti. So in conclusion, the only one I didn't get Chris Burke, and I didn't get Don Staley, except Chris Burke is Corky. It was a trick question. And Don Staley, I should have known, the WNBA player. Fuck. I'm a little disappointed in myself, to be honest. I thought I could get every one of them. Yeah, exactly. Dario Franchitti, a race car driver. IndyCar Champ Series, whatever the fuck they call it nowadays. Or at least we got the push. We hit the Rangers and we got the push. NBA basketball. Oh, the Celtics and the Warriors, the Celtics and the Wizards are still playing, fucking missing shots. It's 108 to 89 with 3 minutes left. They're at 197 points. We're going to fall short. I should have taken the cash out when I had the opportunity. Fuck. Should have, could have, would have. Well, you never want to bet the house against the Golden State Warriors, but I do believe that I personally do believe that the Warriors are going to play better tonight. They're going to hang around. I think it's going to be higher scoring tonight, too. Yeah, with your mother in it. There's no way in hell they're going to win on the money line. I don't see Utah winning this game, but I think they can hang around. Unbelievable. Fucking Washington. Washington has 111 points, and this game's going to stay under the number. Like, thanks, Boston. Like, Boston's, like, bench is garbage. Like, these guys in garbage time are giving us garbage. Fuck. Nothing but garbage. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back on the other side. We'll continue the ESPN test. We'll see how good you guys know colleges. There's a list of players at ESPN. They need, you need to know what college they went to if you want to get a job and get laid off by ESPN. Well, that didn't take long. 5-0 already, Golden State. Why not? Why not? All right, so we'll continue the ESPN test. Write the name of the college each athlete attended below. Let's do this thing. Allen Iverson. Boom. Allen Iverson. Easy. Allen Iverson. Good call, Danner. Georgetown, Hoyas. Brett Favre. Come on, Brett Favre. Brett Favre. Brett Favre. What university did Brett Favre go to? No, Danner's wrong. Right state. I shouldn't give any clues. O'Leary and Football Observer, Southern Mississippi. Southern Mississippi. Vince Young. Vince Young went to the same school that Klay Thompson just took a pass from. Vince Young, Texas. Here we go again, guys. Here we go again. Tamika Catchings. Tamika Catchings. Let's just establish that we don't know the WNBA as well as, just because we bet on it, we're not trivia experts. Tamika Catchings. I don't fucking know. What school did any of you guys know what school did Tamika Catchings go to? Like I said, I just tell the guy, listen, I'll be honest with you. My WNBA knowledge is a little lacking. I'm going to fucking guess Baylor. I say Baylor. You can hear me typing for real. Tennessee. Fuck! Fuck, I knew that. Now I know. Now I know. Of course, the Lady Vols. Fuck, I knew it wasn't UConn. So I was thinking, she didn't play for UConn. She played for the other power. I'm like, who's the other power? Fuck, I said Baylor, but it's fucking Tennessee. Fuck. Good call. Oman on top of it. Give Oman a job at ESPN. All right, this is tough because, we don't all know where hockey players went to school. Chris Drury. Chris Drury. Chris Drury. Not Drudy, but Drewy. I say he went to Michigan. fuck, I was wrong. Fucking O'Leary killing it again. O'Leary killing it again. Of course, he's a local. Fuck. Ray Lewis. We all know Ray Lewis, Miami. Grant Hill. Grant Hill, Duke. All right, here's an interesting one. Yeah, that's how you knew that one. That's why old man knew. Old man lives in Boston. Fuck. For the record, old man, when I did the video hating on Boston earlier in the week, and I said, I know good people in Boston. You're the good people. You and Slick Picks. Yeah, Sprite University. Sprite University. University of big money. That's where he fucking went. All right, trick. Next question. Kevin Garnett. What university did Kevin Garnett go to? They like to throw the curveballs, ESPN, eh? Fucking Corky. Fucking what school did Kevin Garnett go to? What university did Kevin Garnett play at? You guys are all aware. None. ESPN's trying to fool us. They're trying to trick us. None. Reggie Bush. Fuck, if Brooks was here, he'd be all over this one. Come on, Reggie Bush. USC. Donovan McNabb. I'm wagering that you guys all know Donovan McNabb, where he went to school. Donovan McNabb. Yeah, Reggie Bush is USC, obviously. Donovan McNabb, what university? The Cuse. Syracuse. And finally, in closing, the last one. The last one is, because I was going to say they made it kind of easy. So I didn't get Chris Jury, and I should have got the hockey one. I didn't get Chris Jury, and I didn't get the Tamika Catchings. The other ones were all easy. The last one, Jason Kidd. Well, Golden State just started missing. 19-8 start. Jason Kidd. Talking about Lonzo Ball earlier. What school did Jason Kidd go to? Jason Kidd. Cal. Yeah, went to Cal. Like the rest of the ESPN tests, like, we're not going to be doing box scores here. Oh, this here, it goes on. Oh, this is interesting. Although it's kind of open-ended because this questionnaire is from a couple of years ago. Okay, write the team most recently associated with this player. Write the team most recently associated with the player. Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall, New York Giants. He's a Giant now. Charlie Villanueva. Charlie Villanueva is retired, looking for his fucking eyebrows somewhere. Villanueva's like looking for his eyebrows somewhere right now. He's Charlie Villanueva. Joe Thornton. Joe Thornton, San Jose Sharks, all right, still. Keith Brooking. What franchise do you associate Keith Brooking with? Keith Brooking. Remember Charlie V? No eyebrows. Strange ass looking motherfucker, that dude. Keith Brooking. Falcons. Keith Brooking, longtime Atlanta Falcon linebacker. Yeah, good call, Dan. Linebacker, Atlanta Falcons. Keith Brooking. Jerome Iginla. Hard to keep up with Iginla. You're fucking, you're on so many teams. LA Kings. Leonardo Barbosa. Barbosa's still in the NBA. Where's Barbosa now? Barbosa's on the San Antonio Spurs. Barbosa's on the San Antonio Spurs right now. Or is he on the Suns? Is he the Suns? I thought he was on the Suns. Phoenix Suns, my bad. Yeah, obviously he was on the Spurs, but my bad. Phoenix Suns. Well, Barbosa's one of these guys. He's been on every team. Fuck. Phoenix Suns, Toronto Raptors, Indiana Pacers, Boston Celtics, Washington Wizards, Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors. They won a championship. Won a championship with the Warriors. Was drafted by the Spurs. Whatever, fuck. He's played for a million fucking teams. Exactly. Like, whatever. Abdul Rahim, I'll say Vancouver. Yeah, the rest of it is sort of here. Oh, all right. Runners are on first and third base with one out. Runners are on first and third base with one out. Ground ball to third base. Third baseman throws home. Catcher tags the runner out. Catcher throws to first base where the batter is called out. Score the play. I don't know. It's fucking... I used to score baseball. I'm getting a headache. New York punts from its own 35-yard line. The ball is caught at the Dallas 18-yard line and is returned to the 27-yard line. How many yards did the ball travel, and what is the net average? Traveled 57 yards, and the net average is 47. Holy shit. Tiger Woods starts the par 5 18th hole by hitting his first shot 325 yards. His second shot goes 175 yards into a bunker. His third shot out of the bunker goes 24 yards or 3 feet from the hole. The fourth shot goes into the hole. What is the score relative to par for the hole, and what is the specific terminology for a score? Oh, Jesus. I can do this, but I'm not doing this right now. Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer tied 6-6 in the final set. In order for the set match to be completed, they'll play a tiebreaker. How many points will it take to decide a winner? 11. Well, it actually depends on whether it's a fucking major or not, doesn't it? I'm getting a headache from this one. I'm getting a headache now. I feel like I'm taking the Wonderlick or something. 23-11. Yeah, great fucking start for the Utah Jazz. Already down 12 points. 23-11 right now. Oh, great. And the Angels are up on the Mariners 2-1. Although it's early. Yeah, although it's early right now. I'm just checking the wires to see if there's any late breaking news going on right now. And there really isn't. No big stories breaking this evening. Big story about the Toronto Raptors is Kyle Lowry, though. Kyle Lowry is now questionable to play tomorrow night. I think Kyle Lowry's going to play. He's a tough dude. Ankle injury puts Lowry's availability in doubt. Corey Joseph and Delon Wright would step up, and then if Lowry cannot play, which they'd be in a lot of fucking trouble. DeMar DeRozan is very positive. When asked about Kyle Lowry and the Raptors' playoff aspirations, DeMar says it couldn't get no worse. You see, earlier in the day, DeMar DeRozan offered people $100 if they know how to stop LeBron James. Like, come on, DeMar, you got to do better than 100. DeRozan says, Kyle is our driving force, our point guard, our leader. For us not to have him anything close to 100%, it's going to be difficult on us. But the next guy, everybody else has to got to do something a little bit more to fill the void. Blah, 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 blah. Just sucks to see anybody go down, no matter who it is. It's one of these things, when it rains, it pours. To see him get up and continue to play, it's refreshing. But now we got to deal with whatever it is that's bothering him. It's going to be another issue. DeRozan sounds like he's already worn out. Fuck, we're only 2 games into this series. Now, what's interesting about this is the odds makers and the amount of respect that they're giving to the Toronto Raptors in this spot. You know, everybody's having fun kicking the Raptors when they're down right now. And, the Raptors are terrible, and the Cavaliers are a million fucking times better, and all that other type of stuff. The odds makers opened up the Cleveland Cavaliers as 1.5 point road favorites tomorrow. 1.5 point favorites only. So it's not like the books aren't ready to just, give a free pass on this one. Now, we should note now with Kyle Lowry's questionable status, it's up to 2.5. Cleveland Cavaliers minus 2.5, total 214.5. Now, if Kyle Lowry hasn't been terrible, he hasn't been great. People have higher expectations for Lowry. He seems to be the dude that people blame when it doesn't go well, more so than DeMar DeRozan. I said today on Game Time Decisions, and I say this is somebody that has a Kyle Lowry jersey and is a Kyle Lowry fan, but this is it for Kyle Lowry with the Raptors. I wouldn't expect Kyle Lowry. I don't expect Kyle Lowry to be back. And it pains me to say this because the dude's battling for us and he played injured last night and stuff, but we can't re-sign him. He's a free agent. He's earned his right to make a max contract His numbers dictate that he's one of the top 5 point guards in the NBA. And it sounds crazy that we're going to let one of the top 5 point guards in the NBA go. But let's be real. There's chemistry issues with this guy. He's pretty surly. He doesn't get along, it seems, with anybody besides. He gets along with his teammates, but he's always bitching. He doesn't get along with the coaching staff. And he's always injured. He's just always injured. It's just a fact. And, you know, to me, you'd have to be crazy to give this guy a max contract. Like if Lowry, and put it this way, like if Lowry wanted to take a 3-year deal or something, I would do it. You know, I'm not discarding the guy and throwing him out. But if it's, you know, one of these 5-year fucking $148 million deals and shit, you can't do it. We can't lock ourselves up. I mean, Kyle Lowry's already beat up as it is. He's been beat up. You know, think about 2-3 years down the road. You want to be on the hook paying this fucking dude $28, $30 million a year? You can't do it. From a business standpoint, you got to be shrewd about it. It's 33-13 in this fucking Jazz game, man. Holy fuck. Not even close. Like, I get that Golden State's hitting shots, but if you're Utah, come on, guys. 13 points? I totally understand that Golden State have 33. But you guys, it's unacceptable for you to only have 13. It's 33 fucking 13, man. For fuck's sakes. Like, the fans aren't even in their seats yet, and you're down by 20. But as I stated on Game Time Decisions today, the San Antonio Spurs. Hey, what's up, Bretsky? Yeah, well, maybe I'll be laying it down on the Marlies tomorrow. I'll take a look at that. So the San Antonio Spurs, they lost Tony Parker. Tony Parker's done for the year. And the point guard play was already suspect for the San Antonio Spurs. To me, it just makes the perfect sense that if you're Kyle Lowry, you know, Lowry seems to be getting unhappy here anyways. Remember earlier in the year, there's problems here, but I'm not going to say what it is. Like, you know, it's a problem now. So I would let Lowry go. I don't know, if we do a sign and trade, fine, but I would let him go, and it doesn't matter. If you let him go, you have a shitload of money. And even though the Raptors are in Canada, the Raptors have a good reputation. And if the Raptors are paying big money to a player, they could sign a player, right? They can get a player. But to me, personally, I think it makes perfect sense. Kyle Lowry to the San Antonio Spurs. Like, if you look at the Spurs, they've got Aldridge, they've got Kawhi Leonard, they've got some good role players, but the point guard play is not good enough. Like, they need a third guy. San Antonio could use a Kyle Lowry, and as far as the Raptors are concerned, you know, let's be real. Although they're very similar players, it's no secret the Raptors want to get Andrew Wiggins. And the years are passing by right now. Like, what are we up to? Wiggins has been in the NBA for, 3 years now? Like, his contract is up soon. Like, I think, next year is restricted, and then the year after is unrestricted. So the Raptors have to start thinking about that as well. From a marketing standpoint, Andrew Wiggins on the Raptors makes a fuck of a lot of sense. Andrew Wiggins is a legitimate scorer. But the problem, there are a couple of problems. Number one, him and DeMar DeRozan is better than Wiggins, and we already have, you know what I mean? Wiggins doesn't fit what they need. But 2 years is a long ways away. It is and it isn't. And then secondly, you know, the Minnesota Timberwolves have a shitload of fucking young, good players. And they were sort of starting to figure it out a little bit. Like, the T-Wolves aren't far away. You know, the T-Wolves aren't far away, so they do have something going on there. They could put it together, and maybe he would sign and stay. But anyways, I'm a Raptor homer, and even I didn't like the Raptors in the first 2 games in this series, even though I actually, no, I liked them in game 2. I thought they'd do better, except I didn't load up or anything. I do believe that they're going to respond tomorrow, although it fucking sucks, this Kyle Lowry stuff. Now, we can't, don't forget, last week Kyle Lowry couldn't do the shoot-around during the day, the afternoon, and he played. So Kyle Lowry's going to play. How effective is he going to be? I don't know. Lowry really hasn't been the problem, even though he hasn't been great. Like, I do the fantasy stuff, so like you look at Lowry's fantasy numbers, he's putting up like 40 DraftKings points a game. 20 points, 11 assists, 17, 8, and 6 or whatever. He's not sucking, but he's not scoring 34 and 35. And by definition, the Raptors need him to score a lot to win. They need him and DeRozan to go off. And normally DeRozan is just automatic, like that DeRozan's going to give you 28 on a bad night type shit. But DeRozan's fucking rattled, and you can tell by his quotes he's rattled. He's frustrated. Kyle Lowry's putting up decent numbers, but he's also stalling the play. How many times have you seen Lowry in this series fucking get rejected or fouled? And he does get fouled, but he gets rejected or fouled, the shot gets blocked, and Lowry goes down, and there's no call, and the Cavaliers push the ball up the court and they score. It's happened over and over and over and over in this series. Like Lowry's just not helping. He's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's a problem. And DeRozan's got to drop 35, 40 tomorrow for the Raps to have a chance. Now, we saw Boston tonight come in flat. And as good as Cleveland is, they could come in flat here. Like, let us not forget, and I've been talking about this all week. And we've been talking about this all week, that this is deja vu from last year. And one thing I would say, the Raptors were sort of in a better spot last year. But this is deja vu. It's the same shit. It's not like the first 2 games were any different last year in Cleveland. In fact, it was the exact fucking same. They scored 62 points in the first half of game 1. They scored 62 in game 1 this year. Then they scored 65 in game 2. The Raptors have been blown out by 38, 28, 19, 24, like every game in Cleveland. The closest game that the Raptors have played in Cleveland in the last 2 years in the playoffs was game 1 where they lost by 11, and it really wasn't 11. There was like late stuff. Like, the Raptors have been blown out every fucking time there. And, the Raptors always lose game 1 of a series. They always get blown out in game 1. They always get blown out at Cleveland. So it's not like any of this is new. And the Raptors have responded. People gave up on them when they got embarrassed by Milwaukee. And then they won the game of the series in 6. I'm not ready to bury this team. And I'm not ready to give up on Kyle Lowry. And if the Raptors figure out a way to make it affordable for Kyle Lowry to stay with us, then I'm all for it. But I'm just being realistic. For a player that's got the attitude that he does and the injuries that he does and looking for the money that he's looking for, I think the Raptors have to think long and hard about this. And, the Raptors keep on racking up these seasons, so you can't really throw Casey under the bus. But I would, give it next year. The Raptors we're going to get bounced by the Cavs. Fine. The Cavs are a juggernaut. It is what it is. But, like, next year, again, if it's the same deja vu all over again and the Raptors, don't really show progression next year, then I say you replace Casey, you bring Stackhouse in. Stackhouse is going to get an offer somewhere else soon. So, you bring Stackhouse in, it's sort of fresh blood. Because the Raptors, it's not, the Raptors don't need to be blown up. They need to be tweaked. But at the same point in time, we can't become the San Diego Chargers or like one of these teams that, the Houston, we're almost like the Texans, actually. The Chargers used to be that way, like the Texans. We make the playoffs every year and, we fucking lose. We don't want to turn into that, the Raptors need to pursue excellence. But I'm not ready to bury this franchise or anything like that. They've got a lot of good young players. They've got some good, A problem is with the Raptors as well is they kind of fucked their chemistry up a little bit. The Raptors were going well. They went into that funk. And then they brought Ibaka in. They brought Tucker in. And PJ Tucker's playing more than he should, but it's out of necessity because he's tough. And, just sort of, the Raptors lineup isn't ideal, They're all good, but Patterson's got to be better. There's a lot of little ifs with this team right now. A lot of ifs. I've got faith in him, though. As I stated, I'm not ready to bury them yet. All right, we'll take a last break and we'll come back and close up with some final thoughts. Utah is showing a little fight right now, 38-23. It was 33-11, fuck. So we're in a better space now. Oh yeah, another steal from Utah, fast break. So that should be a technical. That was a clear path foul right there. That was a clear path foul. You got a 2-on-1. I don't mind Quinn Snyder going young here. He has Exum out there already. That's the thing with Utah. You guys, that's the thing, guys. You can't be too hard on the Raptors. You can't be too hard on the Raptors. They're playing the Cavaliers, and the Cavaliers are peaking right now. It's the same thing with the Utah Jazz. The Jazz don't suck, but they're just overwhelmed. The Warriors are peaking. They're clicking. And, but one thing I said all week, I'd like to see Utah be a little bit more aggressive. You guys aren't going to win anyway, so just go in there and fucking run with them. You know what I mean? You're slowing it down, and it's not working anyways. You guys slow it down, and then you get fast break points against you on the transition game. It's a negative. It's not helping you. What I don't understand is we have 36 patrons now. We have 36 patrons, yet a lot of no-shows this evening. Well, they can watch the replay after. That's what they're paying for. Yeah, that's what they're paying for, but we appreciate those of you, like I stated. Next month, we're going to lower the price. We're going to make it more affordable, and the party will get bigger as we go on. We'll take a last break. We'll come back with some final thoughts. Bobbert. What up, Bobbert?
Bring back the room. Bring back the room. All this fucking talk. While the cycle gets to walk. The system's just a joke.
We're working on some guests for Saturday night.
Bring back the room.
All right, so we'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll let you know about one of our guests who's going to be joining us on Saturday night's extravaganza. We can't let you down. We gotta step up. We gotta step up on these Saturday nights. But I don't want to be hungover and sick every Sunday. I gotta drink something that won't fuck me up too much. That's why I drank those vodka coolers. I drank the vodka coolers because I thought, you know what, I'll drink these vodka coolers and I'll get buzzed. I'll do the show, but I won't be too drunk and I won't get sick the next day. But I drank 8 of the vodka coolers and I drank a bottle of wine, and the next day I was fucking sick. So this week I got to figure out what to fucking drink without getting too hungover and sick the next day.
The time, letting murders go free is the joke. Bring back the road, bring back the road, bring back the road. All this fucking talk, while the cycle gets the walk. The system's just a joke. Bring back the road, bring back the road, bring back the road. Madmen are sadists. You believe in justice. They can't be trusted. Rapist, madman and sadist. You believe in justice. They can't be trusted. be trusted. You're convicted of a crime when you're sentenced to do the time. Learning murder's cold free has been shown. Bring back the room. Bring back the room. Bring back the room. All this fucking talk.
Yeah, that's the thing, Englehart. To be honest with you, I was unaware it was in U.S. dollars. And I'm aware that the Canadian dollar is terrible. So I'm going to adjust to the Canadian dollar for everybody. You know what I mean? I'm going to bite the bullet a little bit, but we're going to get more signups, I would expect. Like, yeah, you're correct, Dean. We're going to drop it to 20. We're going to drop it to 20. I'm going to lose 33%, but not really, because of the UX exchange and shit. Like, I did not know. Like, hey, we might even make it 18 in the future and like cheaper. It's going to get cheaper as we go, especially if we're paid in US funds, because then I can adapt to that, you know? I'm not just going to say, oh, well, too bad it's US money, because, yeah, I know it's too expensive. I did not know they were going to charge in US funds. So with the Canadian dollar, you know what I mean? I can lower the price 30% if I'm getting 30% more on the dollar. So suddenly I'll go from 30, you know, to 20. And everybody will be happy. You know, ideally, like I said, you know, get this shit down to 10, 15 and have a fucking shitload of fucking viewers, right, as we move forward. I didn't know what to charge out of the gate. I was looking at the different Patreon models and stuff. Like I said, it's 69 cents an hour for the show. And it's 69 cents. And really, it's less than 69 cents because our 4-hour Saturday show was really 6 hours, 6.5 hours. This 2-hour show has been 2.5 hours. You know, we're not going to squeeze you for time. We're not looking at the clock like, all right, 2 hours, that's all you got. Like, I didn't know what to charge. So I was looking and I'm like, man, you know, I got to fucking get something out of it if I'm going to do it. So I was like, 30 seems fair, but I didn't know it was US, right? And they take 10% as well. They're actually taking 12 because they take 10% and then 2% at the end of the month again. Fuck. So like for the 30, I get 27. You know what I mean? I get the 27, but I didn't know it was in U.S. funds. So now next month, for all you guys that are in, it's going to be cheaper, much cheaper, you know? That is correct, though. We've lost about half of our regular audience, if not more, but it'll pick up as we go along. It goes to show that some people only want shit for free, and, you know, that almost proves my point, right? look, we have 36 hardcore of you guys, and everybody knows the format now. So there's 36 hardcore of you guys right now. And, you know, like I said, I've got 13,000 followers on Twitter. We had 1.6 million views of the free show. So it goes to show out of like all these thousands of guys, you know, only 36 are really willing to step up. And, you know, like Brooks isn't in yet. I know our boy Brooks. I think Brooks is not in. I saw Nate, but I didn't see the last name. I got to look it up. You know, where's Van Fob? You know, there's a few regulars that I would expect that'll eventually get in. And then for me personally, like I've got to lower the price as a whole if I think about the masses, right? But think about this now through the summer and stuff. Think about when we hit the National Football League season. And I'm doing a fucking Sunday morning show every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock with the final picks and fucking best bets and stuff. You know, that's worth fucking $10 alone, essentially. You know what I mean? Like, that's almost worth the weekly thing. Because I'm going to share all the inside trends and all that type of stuff. So, you know, Mark Lawrence is charging $12 for his fucking newsletter. Merrill charges $10 for his newsletter, etc. But like I stated, I don't want to turn every Saturday. There'll be nights on Saturday nights, but when the football season starts, it'll be different. I'll be more business. You know what I mean? That's going to be fun on the Saturday nights during the college football season. Even during the CFL season, we'll be bitching about the football. College will be cool because there'll be always fresh games coming up. All right, let's get on this game, and we talk about the games. And like, that'll be cool. UFC next Saturday night will be fun. That'll be interesting. We'll be on live during the UFC. So, you know, the Saturday night party is going to be good. We're already working on some guests for Saturday night, and we can confirm that on Saturday night show, Ryan Hainzer will join me in studio. It's been a while since we've had Hainzer in the house. We'll bring Hainzer in for some technical support on Saturday night. I figured you know, how could we have some fun on Saturday night? Let's get Hainzer to come over. This is the sacrifices that I make for you. Because with all due respect, I've never invited Ryan Haynes over to my place on a Saturday night before in my life, all right? Like, it's not like, oh, you know what? Man, I did 22 shows this week. I'm fucking beat. I'm fucking tired. You know what? On Saturday night, though, I can't wait to have Haynes come over. See, you see the sacrifices? You see the sacrifices I'm making for the entertainment aspect of this program already? Saturday night, we were on for 6.5 hours. Me and Richard Garner talking the world. This Saturday night, we're bringing a drunk Ryan Haynes in. And yeah, don't worry, Englehart. I encouraged it with Hainzer. I told him. I said, the Rageaholics miss you. I said, I want you to come, you know, on the new podcast, on the new show. And I said, but thirdly, I said, there's one catch, though. It has to be in person. I said, no phone hit. It's got to be in person this Saturday night. You got to come over. And I said, you got to come over. And I told him, I said, it's VIP private show. I said, I encourage you. I said, bring over, I said, I'll get some drinks. I'll give him some drinks too. I'll tell him, we'll have some drinks here for you. Bring some drinks over. Haynes is a big fuck up. He's probably going to bring like fucking blow and like, Haynes is like a fucking pharmacy, this kid. So if Ryan Haynes, if Hainzer wasn't enough, Big Earl Skakel will check in. Big Earl Skakel. So it should be interesting if we have Big Earl call in and Hainzer's chuckling away at Big Earl. Now, we haven't, Big Earl hasn't confirmed yet, but it should be all good to go. It's early for Earl, right? It's 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern there. So it's 5 o'clock in LA, so it shouldn't be a problem. We'll get Earl on a little earlier, 5, 6 o'clock West Coast time. And we'll be on. There'll be a big boxing match. We have Canelo and Chavez Jr. on Saturday night. We'll pick up the pieces following the Kentucky Derby Saturday night. There'll be hockey on. Hainzer will be in studio hanging out with us here. Earl will check in. And there should be some hijinks. Now, don't expect a 6.5 hour until 3 in the morning, 6 hour and 46 minute show again. But with that being stated, I can see, 4 to 1, or sorry, 4, not just 4 hours, but, 8 till 1 o'clock type shit. Right now, we're on Always Dreaming, Englehart. And now, so I saw you, Englehart, asking about the download of the show. Now, Degenerate Dean has been watching the shows on Patreon. Like on the Sports Rage Patreon show, Sean, the videos are up. And you should be able to download the video, actually, the audio form if you want, or whatever, right from the YouTube page or from the Patreon page. And I know Patreon has the app and iTunes and stuff. Now, I'll look into this tomorrow and see if I have to click something or sign up for it or whatever, so these shows are on iTunes. Because if they're not on iTunes, then I'll just start ripping off music again. Fuck, we're playing Homicide, so we're not in violation of any copyright. Yeah, I don't go out much, Babanos. Like you said, Saturday nights will be a party for me. I always lose on the Sunday, so this weekend I'm going to look at the game Sunday. I'm going to bet in advance. Like, I'll write it down. I'm taking this, this, and this. So there's no thinking Sunday morning. I don't want to be thinking Sunday morning. But in the summertime, in the summertime, the plan is, do the show till midnight or so and then go out sometimes on Saturday nights. Get a couple hours out, right? It'll be interesting, like when I travel and stuff. We won't have this set up, but, we'll set it up. We'll do Periscope or we'll when if the weather ever gets nice. Like right now outside, it's like the wintertime. You'd think it's November out there right now. Like, the wind is blowing, it's fucking rainy, it's windy, it's cold, it's fucking shitty weather. Like when the weather improves and gets nicer, we're going to do a night on the balcony and like, I wouldn't mind getting the Wi-Fi going and figuring out how I can do like, my condo's nice. I've got like a park in the back here. I got all kinds of shit. I wouldn't mind setting up shop outside sometimes in the summer. I'll grab some fucking vodka Smirnoff Ices and I'll fucking, and you know what? It's my condo property, so I can drink outside. The cops can't say shit. So, like, there's a park behind my condo. And the view's pretty cool too. Like you see the soccer stadium and shit. Like fucking. And there's all these chicks. You know, they hang out there with their dogs and stuff. People are smoking back there and shit. So, be a good spot. I'll go back there on a summer night sometime. And the cool thing about my condo is there's free Wi-Fi in the lobby. And once we did a test, how far it would go outside, and it actually went like into the courtyard and shit. So I want to see like how far, where I can set up outdoors. Even if I'm just right outside my condo in the backyard, it'll be cool. Yeah, and you know, especially if I get drunk, we'll just bring up random strangers and shit, you know? Always dreaming, I said Englehart. Always dreaming. So yeah, like I said, guys, I appreciate the support. We're going to lower the price. I didn't know about the American money. I'm going to make it up to you because if I get more out of the American, I haven't been paid from them. I don't even know when I get paid. I think I get paid at the end of the month. It's fucking annoying. But if it's in U.S., I can alter this shit big time, right? So is the price going to be lowered? $20 next month. $20 a month, $5 a week. Come on. You know, then I think that's pretty fair. 4 shows a week, $5 a week. You're paying $1.25 a fucking show, and you know they're all epic, big parties and stuff. So yeah, Saturday night, Hainzer in studio, sitting alongside, and if that's not enough, we're going to get Earl Skakel on. When Richard Garner's back is feeling better, he's going to come down in studio. We'll have Cam joining us in the future. Taylor Stevens. We invited Taylor, actually. We told her, hey, we're doing the show Saturday. And she said, oh, yeah, that'd be great. I'll definitely put me down for a Saturday night. But she didn't say put me down for this Saturday night. You know what I mean? Yeah, $20 is fair, you know? 30's a little steep with the U.S. exchange. I get it. I didn't, you know, like I said, it's the first time I've done this, so I'm figuring it out as we go. But 20 is more than fair. It's $5 a fucking week, you know? And like I said, for the Sunday morning shows and my best NFL picks and stuff, that's worth a couple of bucks. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. As I stated, I'm going to look into this tomorrow, guys. You guys can too. Your patrons a Patreon. Start poking around and say, like, how do I get this show, like, on my iTunes? Because there is iTunes. Patreon has an app. And iTunes, so basically it's like all the shows on Patreon are on iTunes, on the Patreon app. So you get the Patreon app. So poke around and see how it is. And I'll poke around and see if I have to click something to be eligible for that, if we're already there right now. I don't know. You know what I mean? We're just figuring this shit out with you guys, all right? But we appreciate everybody tuning in. I'll send you a DM, Babano, if you've got time to join us on the TV or radio tomorrow. We'll try to figure something out. And with that, we leave you on your own as far as the basketball game is concerned. We got a little bit of points on the way out here. 60-47 for the Golden State Warriors, 107 points scored in game. Warriors are now minus 17.5, and the total is 212.5. So we got the Jazz in the over. We're looking good for the over, at least not a bad pace. Hopefully the Jazz can hang around and not get murdered in this game. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.